Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel where we do weekly devotionals. Most recently, it's been about once a month. But hey, we are living life. We're trying to survive out here. My name is Janelle, and I'm so excited you guys are here with me today. I wanted to recap an awesome Mother's Day trip that I got to have with my two girlfriends, Dana and Ashley. Shout out, love them so much. We went to Epcot and it was absolutely so beautiful. I believe it was my first time ever going. I know we took a youth trip to Disney when we were younger, but I do not remember going to Epcot. So I believe this was truly my first ever Epcot trip, and we went for the Garden and Flower Festival. Flower and Garden Festival, something like that. It was wonderful. It was beautiful, gorgeous. It was such a beautiful Mother's Day gift. Thank you to my husband for letting me go. I got to really have some in-depth conversations with my besties, and they were so wonderful. The Bible talks about iron sharpening iron, and we should really do that as friends. We should challenge each other. We should grow with each other. We should be vulnerable and break in front of each other and lift each other up in prayer. So we really got to do that. I was so grateful because I usually, as a pastor's kid, am used to taking care of others, making sure they're doing okay. No, don't worry about me. How are you? And my friends just don't let that slide. They are like, no, you're not going to escape. You're not going to get through this without letting us know how you're doing. And we really want you to see yourself, how Jesus sees you and how we see you. So I've really been working on that in this season. I told you guys that this is my soft girl year, and I think a lot of times people confuse softness with equaling weakness. And for me, just because I feel like I've been fighting my whole life to fit in or to be understood or to be heard or, I don't know, just a lot of new things I'm learning about myself, but in all of it is such a gift because the Lord has been giving me such a peace about who He created me to be. And knowing that even if I show up empty-handed, just like the prodigal son, when he came back to his father, he literally had nothing. He had spent all of his inheritance. He, went through the ringer. He made some bad choices. And he comes back and he goes, I can be one of your servants. I'm not even worthy to be called your son anymore. And the father literally gives him the biggest hug, puts rings on his fingers, a robe around him, and said, this is my son, he's home, and throws a feast in his honor. That's what Jesus does to us. Not even when, I don't even want to think about just through sinning, because sometimes we're like, oh no, I've sinned. And for me, a lot of times there's so much guilt and shame that I'm really trying to unlearn that, not that my dad taught me, because honestly, truly, I can tell you my family has been rock solid. They have been the people that have comforted and encouraged and loved me the most. But I really felt it from a lot of the church community and even people who knew I was a pastor's kid who didn't even go to our church. And just this label of, you should know better. You should know better. Aren't you a pastor's kid? Isn't your dad a pastor? You should know better. And I really took that into my life, feeling like every time I sinned, it was like, you should know better. Everybody else has a free hall pass. Everybody else has grace from the Lord, but not you, Janelle. You should know better. And I'm really unlearning that. And something that my friends have been challenging me on is, you love other people so deeply. You give grace to other people, but you really seem like you don't even know how to be with yourself. And I think because I've struggled with just feeling bad. I've struggled with feeling like I can't do anything right. The world is always been a hater for me. There's been just so many times where I feel like I'm trying to appease people, and I'm really recovering people pleaser for sure. But there's just so much of the world that hates you, and they're gonna hate you when you love Jesus. It's just number one fact. But there is also a part of it where a lot of what people are saying is nothing what Jesus would ever say to you. And I'm trying to listen to what the Lord is telling me and wash that over me, wash truth over me, instead of what, people who just struggle with their own, traumas are saying, or people who are like pharisaical, or also just the demonic forces that oppress us. And it's been a struggle to say, yes, I am valuable. Yes, the Lord loves me. Even when I come empty-handed, he opens his arms and holds me and says, my daughter is home. She now understands the value that she is because she is mine, period. So at 35 years old, we are still learning lessons. We never stop growing, truly. And I love that I'm learning this now because I get to hand this lesson down to my kids. It's something that I so deeply want rooted in them, that the world has no claim over who you are. Satan has no claim over who you are. It is only the Lord Jesus Christ who has your value, who says you're mine and you cannot be snatched out of his hands. So if any of you are feeling that the way that I have been wrestling with that probably almost my whole life, and just putting myself to a higher standard than ever needed to be, it is really, really encouraging, the grace and the mercy that is with us, and just the love that Jesus has for you right now where you are. You're not too far gone. You don't need to hurt yourself anymore. You are in the loving arms of the Father who wants good for you, and it gives him glory. He has a plan for you and for your life. And at 35 years old, like, we never stop getting new paths for our life. You know, it's like once you feel like you got to figure it out, you unlock a new trauma, or you like, it's next level, and you're like, man, this is a lot. I thought I was kind of done growing. That took a lot out of me, that last level. I'm so tired. You know, we don't reach the heavenly perfection until we get to heaven with the Lord, but we're just really growing our character here, and it's been encouraging to have such wonderful friends around that love me and want the best for me and want me to see myself how the Lord sees me. Psalm 32:8 says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way that you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Praising Jesus for you today. Remember, he loves you, and you are free to walk in his goodness, his love, and his mercy. Have a great day.